So right now, we are going to none other than Frank Zane's house, where I've been before. The last time I visited Frank was 3 years ago. So I'm about to see him again with a follow-up visit, see what he thinks about my physique, and see what kind of tips he could give me moving forward. Is this new, dude?
No, this is
last time.
No, I have. The only thing new is this pulley machine, this Vectra right here.
Yeah. There were so many people here last time I came.
Yeah.
Like so much going on.
Everything else is the same.
Yeah. Do you like living here more than Tampa?
Well, much
I
better.
remember you just posted that picture yesterday where you were living
That
in
was
Tampa.
that's 1966.
Yeah.
But
At the same time. Same
about that
physique.
time, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I was competing in New York City at Brooklyn Academy of Music.
That's a good look, man.
I never really weighed over 200 there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see already my central part of my body is thicker.
Yeah.
I've lost the line entirely. I competed in the Olympia in '82 in 1982 at that 200-pound body weight, and I just ruined my look.
Yeah.
Ruined my look, and so I learned.
Yeah.
I bulked up 3 times, and each time it was a mistake, but I didn't learn. You know, it just
Get bigger. You needed to. Like at the time in your head, you needed to do it. And
well, everybody
hindsight's
told me,
2020.
Joe Weir especially.
Yeah. You know, as a young guy, never researched bodybuilding. They're like, hey man, you look just like Frank. I was like, oh, who's Frank? So I was thinking, like, what time does he train? Like, is he a local guy? Like, who's Frank Zane? I want to meet this guy. And then I was stumbling across some photos, and here we are, Frank Zane, 3-time Mr. Olympia. Like, damn, that was a compliment. Everyone was telling me this whole time. I thought it was someone local.
Some of my best years I didn't win, like '76. I think that was a great year. That's when that photo was taken.
Yeah.
I was ripped for that.
With the muscle and fitness.
Yeah, I was really muscular.
Yeah.
And they gave it to Franco that year. You know, I mean,
It's crazy, man. Same thing with me. I think the best I ever looked at the Mr. Olympia was my worst placing. I got 7th. And it was the best look I ever bring. Ripped to shreds, full, hard, grainy. It was good.
arm looks fantastic.
So recently I've been going behind my coach's back. I have a trainer I train with 5 days a week. I do a similar split to you, 3 days on, 1 day off. But now I've been training arms, sneaking an extra arm day. So they really came up.
How about some back shots? Well, lat spread. How about a lat spread from the back? Good. How about lat spread from the front? Side chest, tricep. Basically, if you're doing a lat spread, it's like this. Boom. Yeah. See, it's that. Yeah. And so you got that and that. It'll be more impressive if you keep a narrow base.
Should I do a couple of routines? Some runs at it?
Let's see what it looks like with your legs closer now.
Okay. So do you think one leg maybe 12 o'clock, one leg maybe 10 o'clock?
Yeah. Got more space between your knees. And that one, your right leg turned a little bit more this way, not that way, more yeah, right there. There you go. You know, your upper body looks even bigger now.
Yeah.
It's about creating the illusion, and that's what you're doing. Great. Now from the back, the same thing. Don't bow between the knees. Bring your right leg back and bring it closer, even sort of very close to the other one without bending your knee so much, just sort of straight back. Now turn your knee in a little bit to your left like that. That's it. Don't bend your knee. You're showing a little gap like that. That's it. Tense your hamstrings in your butt. Good. Much better. You'll see.
Woo. I like posing in the sun. I gotta move to California, brother.
You could be getting your tan doing this.
I know. You know, I only went to the beach once this year.
Yeah, that's really good. You're showing your serratus. You know what's amazing is that you're showing serratus. Can you clamp down a little bit on abs when you do that? So you got abs and intercostals. Now this pose, that's great, but the line would be this foot right there. Keep them even, and bend over on your toes like that. See the line? Nice line. Don't open it up too much. Yeah. And you know, from that, you can go into that without even moving your feet. Back 3/4.
So we're here.
But look straight ahead. Nice.
Ooh, it's a flex.
Yeah, so you got to keep your waist pointing out where you're aiming to pose. And don't lock this leg, just a little like, yeah. Great. Ooh. Look at your back pops out when you do that. It's weight.
It's tough.
Like
keeping balance, huh? Now I know why you guys practice.
It has to be tough. Great. Now another pose would be, keep that one flexed, would be this. Oh, just turn you around like that. Okay, and then the other pose would be, let's see this arm again, posed up like that. It's what we call reaching for it. That's it. You got the whole world in your hand there. That's the glow, that's the world right there.
Ooh, wow. I like that. Never done that pose.
That looks great. Now what would be even better is if you could do that from both sides.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Hold your legs like that. Let's see that. It's pretty good. I mean, you got, you know, lasts from here to forever. Yeah, yeah. Now, what would look great is if you went from there to the same pose on the other side. So, boom, boom.
Oh, man. So now do I have to move my feet?
That's true. Well,
I probably have to, don't I?
Yeah, but it's just a simple step. That's what true symmetry is be able to do the same pose from two sides. You could even do it like that, yeah.
Ooh, ha. It's tough to pose the back. It's one of those mirror muscles you can't really see.
Yeah, that's why you have to pose it a lot. If you want to get all the deep cuts out, you have to really pose it a lot. Another, rubber cables are real good for that too. A lot of stretching. In '76, I really didn't have a front lat spread, but I did in '77. The way I got it was I started holding the pose. If you hold a pose for longer and longer and longer periods of time, you get control in the pose and you get developed from it, and you get better at it. Fantastic. Pretty good serratus too. You know, you look a lot better than the last time I saw you. I mean,
you don't have to lie to me.
No, I don't lie.
No, I'm joking.
I don't lie on that stuff. Basically, can you do a vacuum?
I need you to teach me how to do it.
Can't have much food in your stomach.
Okay.
Better if you're hungry, actually.
Yeah.
And so you exhale like this. Instead of inhaling.
So you don't inhale at all?
No, you're holding your breath with no air in your lungs for a vacuum. You're not holding your breath. You're holding your breath.
Yeah. And you hunch over to practice.
Well, to start you do, but then the hardest way is this way, you know, like you would in a routine. So actually the easiest way to do it is lying upside down, because then gravity, like on the inversion table, be easier. And then lying flat, and then like this, and then hardest ways like that. Like 4 different ways to get easier. And then especially when you're hungry is a great time to do it.
So when you wake up, you start practicing when you wake up.
That's a great time to pose, period. Period, yeah. Posing and stretching. I think that if you, in this book that I wrote, basically I make the claim that you can get in great shape just posing and stretching, you know, because the posing is isometric and the stretching gives you the range of the movement you would do if you were doing an exercise. So it's a great combination. Yeah.
So with this pose, would you keep your feet closer or out more?
Well, you know, the thing out more signifies action. Yeah, signifies action. Another thing is, from this position, you can go into that. And from that position, you can go into that. And then you can get up like this into that. See, that's is plan the foot movement and minimize the movement so it's like a 1-2 type of thing at the most for foot movement.
So you start here.
Yeah.
And then you drop down. So would I move this leg?
No, that leg stays, that moves out.
This one stays
Yeah.
out.
Boom. That's it, yeah. Bend that knee a little bit. Yeah, and she'll cuts in the thigh. Yeah. All right. Bring the leg up, bring that foot back, that foot back. Now get up into a back pose from there. See, it's an easy transition. Here's a math question. If you had only 6 poses to do in a routine, and he was here for videotaping, how many different routines would he be able to videotape with you rearranging the poses into different orders, but not doing the same pose twice? How many different routines would you have?
Not doing the same pose twice.
You have 6 different poses. You just rearrange the order. It'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it'd be 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that.
Yeah.
How many different ways would you have?
A hell of a lot. Because you could order them in so many different ways, the transitions.
That's right.
A hell of a lot. Like over probably different 50 variations.
720.
Jeez.
720.
See, I lowball with 50. 700.
If you had 10 different poses, how many different routines could you film? With 10.
Oh man.
Give up?
Over 1,000.
Over 3 million. Over 3 million, yeah. I know because I'm a mathematician. It's like 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. It's 720.
I think that's a bodybuilding thing. We got so used to counting these repetitions. So instead of having this leg bent this way, you would turn it in this way.
Yeah. And don't lock it either. That's it. Can you rise straight up here? Your lats have gotten a lot better since the last time. And you must be doing this because you got the development. Like when you're doing an exercise, like if you do it like this all the time, T-bar road, you got to do it like this and like that, round out at the bottom, round out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the more you do that, the more Dorian Yates-like you get on the bottom.